All right, family. All right. Welcome to Liberia Shall Rise. Guess who I found in Texas today? Somebody came to Texas, and
ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the Republic of Texas. I came to see the president.
You're gonna get me in trouble. The vice president playing a corruption, right? You won't get me in trouble,
man. Good to finally see you.
I know.
After a whole year,
a whole year, folks. Welcome to Liberia Shall Rise. This is my partner, all the way from Colorado. He came down to Texas today, and I'm so excited to see him.
You got it, boss.
Yeah, we met on the phone. And today we have our show together. You know, it's been almost a year plus now since we've been talking. So thank you for everything you do for Liberia Shall Rise.
Man, I'm excited to do it.
To the show.
I'm excited. If you meet a visionary, you said it would be. You know, guys, that's one thing we do on the show. We have fun and we talk about serious issue. But the most important thing we do on this show is to really try to create a positive image for Liberia. So I'm excited to be here with my producer and my host and everything else.
Yeah, but welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas. So
thank you.
Today's topic is kids on drugs, kids against drugs, kids against drugs. I would say you might have been on drugs to connect with me.
Man, you know what? At some point in time, we all been on something.
Yeah. So, but to put our joke aside, this is serious. This is impacting our country. This is a serious thing that is going on in our country. We have a young lady, Miss Keshi Gaye, who will be our guest here today, and we'll be having a discussion. But before we do that, we just like to do our our administrative stuff, where we play a song. And then after that song, then we bring our guests on. So again, folks, welcome to Liberia Shall Rise. Thank you for joining us this evening. And we look to have a very beautiful show, very interesting, something that you can actually help where possible. So thank you for joining us. Absolutely. All right, so we'll get a song rolling. Right after that song finishes, when we'll bring our guests on. And this song was done by Walter Bright. It's called Counting My Blessing. Counting my blessing. You know, somebody is somewhere right now.
That's right.
They are suffering from drug abuse, or they are actually suffering from addiction, right? And you and I are here. We can have sound conversation. We can sit down and talk. So this is something that we can say. We counting our blessing. It
is such a, man, you put it so beautifully, because there is a mom, there's a dad, there's a parent out there today who is really struggling and just praying for their sons or daughter to just get off drug. And today we're going to talk about, getting kids off drug, but it's not just kids alone, man.
Yeah, adults
suffer from these things. Yeah. And the sad thing about it is right now it's not looking too good for our country. So.
And then with poverty added on too, it's not an easy thing. So folks, we don't want to go too deep into the show, but stay tuned. Don't change the dial. Stay tuned. Let's play this song by Walter Bright, Counting Your Blessing. And then after that song finishes, then we'll get right into the show.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Come on, somebody. Let's give God some praise today. If he's been good to you, I need you to join me right now and lift your voice and give him the glory and the honor and the praise. Weeping may endure for the night, joy comes in the morning. So in my yes, I will shout, lift a song of rejoicing. In every circumstance I will never be shaken, for He's been good to me. Oh, so good to me, yeah. Favor that I didn't deserve, the love you showed like no one else, promise given to progress. I can go on counting my blessings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I count my blessings, name them one by one. I remember, I think of all He's done, and I sing of His favor. So in every circumstance I will never be shaken, for He's been good to me. Oh, so good to me, yeah. The favor that I didn't deserve, love you showed like no one else, promise given to progress. I can go on counting my blessings. Somebody ought to help me say, I'm counting my blessings. Yes, I am. Counting my blessings. Yes, I am. Counting my blessings. Yeah.
welcome, Mr. Sharif. Welcome to the show again. Um, what a beautiful song! What a beautiful song!
It is indeed a beautiful song. Beautiful song. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this again, like we we're discussing earlier before we took the musical break. The essence, the seriousness, the gravity of this thing about a country that is struggling, that is one of the poorest country in the world, a country that is, I think, like number 2 or number 3 on the world poorest country list, have children and people that are suffering from drug addiction. What can we do as a country? How urgent is it as a country for us to start making this, taking this serious to find a solution to this problem? What do you think about that, brother?
Man, I think that is why, hopefully we can get everything to work, technology to work, because our guest today, she is on the ground in Liberia, in Monrovia, and she is seeing this on a daily basis. She sees what's happening in the country, and she is doing her best to actually help the next generation of people. Miss Keisha, Weddy, Gay, I'm hoping that technology works and we can bring her on. But she's a young community service person, someone on the ground who is very artistic, very creative, and she put her creativity aside, and she has actually just taken upon herself to help the next generation of Liberians to be able to teach them skills. And we are talking about a young person doing that, man. It's just mind blowing. So that
Yeah,
goes to people about what's happening in the country. So I hope technology works and we can bring her on.
I think we have her back in studio, so let's try and bring her on. And folks, please join us on Liberia Should Rise as we welcome the founder of Keshi Foundation, Miss Keshi Gay. I can say the name well. Wedi Gay. Welcome, Miss Keshi. Welcome to Liberia Should Rise. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you ever so much. It's a privilege being on the show today. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
So thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I know right now you're supposed to be sleeping, but I tell you what, this is very interesting. So we just want to get to some of the points. If you can just tell us some work that you do in Monrovia and what you are involved with when it comes to keeping kids off drugs. If you can just fill in some of those gaps before technology fill on us, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Let me once again say thank you for having me on the show today. I appreciate the effort you people have applied in order to make this transmission possible. I'm Keisha Wedige, the founder of Keshi Foundation Incorporated. Uh, Before I get to the kids against drugs, please permit me to at least maybe briefly explain what the Keshi Foundation is all about. Will you mind?
No, please go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello? Okay. All right. The Keshi Foundation is basically about skills development training. I gather young people independently. I gather young people to teach them some of the skills that I've acquired along the way, which are t-shirt printing, drawing, sample printing, uh, diploma cover making, video editing, whatever skill I've had, I try to impart it into the minds of other young people, and it's actually done like free of charge because of our financial situation we have here. And like I said, it have been done. It's a self-initiative. But I have also noticed that in as much as we are focusing on people building their skills, there were other things that I noticed that I should at least target. So we started to talk to young girls on how to take care of themselves when they're going through their messes. I created a forum for that, you know. And quite recently, we did an awareness section for kids, making them to understand the coronavirus situation that have been going around or that we are experiencing. And now we have embarked on the Kids Against Drugs awareness. The reason we targeting the kids because we can know their idea when it comes to these things. They are seeing it, and some of them are getting involved into it. We are seeing it. So we thought it wise to gather them and talk to them because some of their parents are unable to give them idea on these things, leaving their, maybe they would say that they are busy, leaving their own whole lot of excuses and stuff. So we thought it wise to kind of like gather them and talk to them as it relates to drugs, smoking as a whole, any toxic substances to be taken in. We try to talk to them and make them to understand the effect and how to avoid it. So we have done the first awareness section, and now we are on the second awareness section, hopefully on the 12th of this month.
Wow. Thank you so much, Keisha. And, not to put your age out there, if you don't mind telling our viewers, just how old you are. You can just say 20s, 30s, it's up to you. You don't have to give your age. But I just want them to understand,
Uh,
what is happening in the country.
wow. Mm, from our certain female who usually call their age, but maybe I can break that barrier a little bit. I'm about 31.
All right. The reason why this is important
Yeah.
to me, and I'm sorry to put you on blast, but the reason why this is very important to me is, every day in
Okay.
Liberia, we hear lots of complaints from people who are complaining, people way older than you, let's
All
just
right.
put it out, who are complaining about the hardship in the country and how things
Yeah.
are so. What gave you that drive at the age of 31, young person like yourself? What gave you that drive to say, well, there's a need in this country to help the next generation of Liberians and keep them from drugs? What motivated you to start that campaign?
Well, I think reality play a lot of role, and my orientation as well. It actually have drifted me to embark into a lot of things apart from what you have actually seen on Facebook about me. Um, as it relates to my orientation, for mine growing up, we don't take excuses for an answer for as a remedy to avoid a particular thing that is to be done. As long as there is a need to do a particular thing and you are able to stretch your hands to get it done, whether it is financially or through your little effort, you should at least make that and effort. So with that kind of upbringing, as long as I see something that I see the need that I can do, I just get involved and just do it. Whether or not somebody is kind of like pushing me or what, I just do it. So from the reality standpoint, I'm seeing happening. And this Liberia we're talking about is not about one person business, it's everybody business. And moreover, I'm a mother. So therefore, I'm driven to see that other people children, because when they spoil today, definitely every one of us will feel that particular aspect of them. So I believe that the reality that I'm seeing have driven me into wanting to always service my time and also my orientation. Yes.
Mr. Keller, I think you have a question for our guest. Let me let you
And I
come
and
in
I
there.
also love doing it. Maybe I would say passion as well. Maybe I would say passion as well because I really love to do it. I really love to gather people and make them to understand things that I feel I know. Even for my smaller time, I used to do it. So it's just something that I just like to do.
All right, Mason, good. Thank you. And it takes a special person to do something like that. So on this platform, we just want to say thank you. You know, these are all the things that we believe that will happen in order for Liberia to rise. Right. With that said, I just wanted to know what was that one
Yeah.
situation, right, that you saw that said, "Hey, I cannot let this happen to another child." I know you say you are a mother, but I know there was something that actually might have
Okay.
been that one thing that you saw that said, "Hey, I can't believe this happening in my country, and this is what I'm going to do to help." What was that one thing? Do you remember?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I do. I do remember. I was kind of like shooting a movie for it's a documentary for my little skills development training. And
Mm-hmm.
the documentary covers reaching out to those ghettos boys in order to come and learn skills instead
Mm-hmm.
of them focusing on the smoking. So I asked few of my friends to gather some of the boys and bring them, and they brought few of them which were teenagers and stuff that they will play the part of the ghetto boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they brought a little boy who was about, I think, 7 years old and said that he should
Mm-hmm.
participate in it. I said, well, they pick the boy is small. He can participate. They said, don't mind him, he can make it. I underestimated that. But when they shoot that particular show, when we shoot a show, we gave them a cigarette for them to hold so that it can look real. That we are taking, and people from the ghetto as well. This little boy took the cigarette and he smoked it for real. He made us, we were, we delayed that particular show because he insisted that he wanted to smoke that particular cigarette. So we took it from him, and then I asked the boy who brought him, I said, but why you brought a particular boy who is high-headed like this and insisting that he said, but the boy can smoke for real life, that's why I brought him. So
Mm-hmm.
somebody who was about, I think, 8 to 9 years or something like that. If you check our documentary, you will see that he smoked real. So I was kind of like, if smaller boy like this is getting involved into this thing, then I think there is a need for us to not know these children recording and kids and stuff. We can get to them, we can reach out to them as well to make them to understand. So right in that time, I called him on the side and then I talked to him and make him to understand the effect. By the grace of God, he started coming around me and he have made changes. So I thought that, well, if I can do that with just little conversation between this little child and myself, I want to believe that if I extend it with other children, all of them may not capture the idea or may not, succumb to it. But I
Mm-hmm.
believe that one or two of them will, will see reason because they will go in a little corner and then they will see reason. That's how I started to stretch in that direction.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to welcome all of our viewers. We want to welcome you to the show and we want to encourage you to share the show. And today we are speaking with a special guest from Liberia, Miss Keshi Gaye, who is doing a wonderful work in Liberia. She is very artistic, a very creative person, but she put that creativity aside. You know, you heard her talk about shooting a documentary. She put that creativity aside just to focus because she saw something. She saw a 9 or 7 year old kid smoking, and she felt like there was a need to actually move in that direction and be a voice in the community.
Yeah.
So these are the things, like my partner Stephen was saying, these are the things that gave us reason to truly believe that Liberia indeed shall rise because we have individual like this, young individual like this in the country who is making such a difference. So, Ms. Gay, I have a question. What age group primarily do you work for? I mean, do you work with at this point in time?
Working around 7 to 12. Yeah, before they reach their teens, 7 to 12 like that.
Okay, okay. And when it comes to getting any kind of help, how are you funding your programs? I mean, are you receiving help from anyone? Are you getting any kind of assistance from, let's say, local leaders or city mayors, whoever it is? How are you getting funding to actually implement the programs you are implementing?
You see, why it is true that it is very unusual to see a young person, most especially a female, embarking on such a thing. But it also somehow unusual to see a young person as well taking on the initiative independently. You will not believe
Mm.
it. But all of what I've been done independently. It was just
Wow.
quite recently I thought that, well, I should kind of like scratch it by seeking assistance on Facebook or people who I see their profile and they are from Liberia. Maybe I can kind of like invite them over to speak on the program and they can help us with one or two stuff. But I have seek assistance locally. But as we all know, man, for years they don't really pay attention to things that is of higher value actually. So
Hmm.
when you are kind of like seeking assistance, they were just praising like, oh, it's a good initiative, it's a good initiative, but come back next month, come back next year, and we'll see what to do.
Hmm.
And for me, I'm not a type that can actually sit down. As long as I want to do something, I do. What I do is that my little contract I can get, I just buy a few copy books and just call the kids, buy bread, water, and just talk to them, give it to them. Oh, yeah, that's what I do. So, like I said, quite recently, I seek assistance from one or two persons. They were able to scratch him, and we gave them soft drink and copy books, for the first phase. And now I also try to seek assistance somewhere else again, and it's kind of like delaying, but we're still working through it. And that's it. It's just about begging. Papi, help me, man. I want to talk to the kids. But if I'm telling them that they should forget about drugs, alcohol, stuff like that, they should go to school. At least I should give something to represent schooling. That's why we gave them copy books to tell them that, well, if you putting this substance down, take the book. So we gave them books as sign or as illustration of what we are saying. So we
Mhm.
gave them little bread, little soft drink and stuff like that. But
So,
bulk of the fundings have been coming from me directly.
hmm. All right. So we do have your SendWave number. We'll post that later on. So anybody want to donate to your cause can at least donate to your cause. But I just wanted to ask you, like, how do you guys keep track of these kids that you work with? Basically, do you follow them through for them to go to school? Do you find out whether they're no longer using drugs? What do you do to keep track of them?
Like I said, for the kids against drugs, we have just had one section. It was like an introduction to the entire process.
Program. Okay.
So we haven't put in place some form of tracking system to get them, yeah, to know their parents and stuff like that. No, it's almost like an introduction. But as time goes by, we intend to kind of like get a tracking system where it will be able to get their names and the data, the necessary information about them, and follow them up.
All
That
right,
is
all right.
that.
So to our viewers, we really want to encourage you, Stephen. If you can post that same wave number, the same wave number is the number that Miss Keisha has actually shared with us for us to be able to share with our viewers to see if you guys see the need to really help her in Liberia, in Monrovia, to actually help more children because, like she says, she's getting those kids out of the street. She's getting cigarette from their lips, but she cannot keep them from smoking forever. She has to replace that behavior with something else. Miss Keisha and I, we got to know each other through exactly what she just said by reaching out to people on Facebook. She reached out to me, and I just look at her profile and I said, "Oh my goodness, yeah, she is doing a wonderful work." And I will entertain this kind of individual any time of the week if you're reaching out to me. I know many times on this show you've heard me talk about other people who are just calling from Liberia or from Monrovia to beg you just because they want to get their hair done. But no, Keisha wants to use the proceed not for herself but to help other people. So we really want to encourage you, our viewers. The numbers will be posted here, the SendWave number where you can actually send your financial support. And we on this platform, we will be making our own personal donation to you directly through the same medium that you provided to us as well. But I like to ask you a follow up question, Keisha. Um, how long have you been doing this particular
Yeah.
line of work?
The line of work I've been involved into it since 2017. I would
Wow.
say since my childhood, however, but I officially since 2017, I dedicated my time into imparting people with skills. But for the Kids Against Drugs program or for the girls health awareness programs and other stuff, I started 2 years ago. The Kids Against Drugs program is just this year, but the girls awareness, health awarenesses, and other programs, entrepreneurship workshops I have organized. It's kind of like I think 2 to 3 years ago. But for the Kids Against Drugs program, is this year I started.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's good to know. And I know you have a program planned this month or maybe sometime next month. And do you invite other people, like other professionals, other individuals who may understand the impact of smoking to come and speak to these kids? Or how are you getting those individuals that you invite to speak to the children?
Yeah. This own Kids Against Drugs awareness program, I invited one of the fellow who is uh, uh, seriously speaking out for drugs to be a non-bailable crime, which is one Lawrence Deoga. I invited him, and he was the one that spoke to the kids. And this time around, I invite a fellow who was a child soldier. He was involved into that stuff as well, and I invited him, and he decided to come and speak.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that.
And
And
the program is
basically
on the 12th.
on the 12th of this month. Okay. So basically, let's say on average, on a monthly basis, to take care of the number of children that you deal with on a regular basis, how much do you think you spend on a monthly basis to take care of your kids?
I think you kind of like getting it a little bit wrong. Yeah, a
Okay.
little bit. I don't have them in a confined area keeping them. All right, I
Okay.
don't have them in an area that I'm keeping them and spending on them. I reach out in the community to bring them over and talk to them.
Got it. Got it.
Yes,
So this is
serve
like something.
them
Okay,
a
got it.
little refreshment and give them copybook. Yes, and the need. So it's just like a program basic I'm operating on right now. It's not that I'm kind of like keeping them and stuff. No.
Yeah, okay, okay, that makes sense. Thank you for the correction. So do you by any chance see this being maybe heading in a direction that I just gonna describe where you feel like, we are going to be responsible for these young people? Because the reason this question is very important to me and maybe to some of the viewers you can actually reach out in the community and bring maybe a few individuals, young people, and talk to them about seizing drugs and stop smoking and stop drinking and all of those. But when they leave your presence and they go back home, we have no way of knowing if that program is actually working for them. So, do you see sometime in the future maybe how you could be looking in the direction of having these kids somewhere where you can actually be able to supervise and monitor them and see how effectively your program is making contribution to them?
Of course. That's my long range plan actually. That even that they could be incorporated into the skills development training as well. Uh, that's actually my long range plan that we have them in a confined area, take them from the streets, have them in a confined area and monitor them and give them skills.
All right, Stephen, I don't know if you
Yeah,
there.
I'm
You
back.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I posted a number. Miss Keisha, can you just verify that number to make sure that's the same wave number? It ends in 3223. All right. So while we wait for Miss Keisha to verify that number, I can ask another question that came to mind. Miss Keisha, you said most of these things are done on your own. So what are some of the challenges that you do face in trying to help these kids? Uh, what are some of the difficulties that you come across getting to them? Are you just only based in Monrovia also, or are you trying to reach around the country to see if other kids are being impacted outside of Monrovia?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yeah, I'm hearing.
All right. So what I was asking was
Yeah, you were asking as to whether
in short, what are some of the difficulties that you have since you said you do most of the funding of this program? And also, I was asking a follow-up question. Are you reaching out to kids outside of Monrovia, or is just in Monrovia right now?
um in the Pinsville belt right now.
Okay.
Because financial challenge and faith. So I can't really extend right now because I don't have motor, I don't have a car, I don't have money. Let's just say much money to be able to scratch and stuff. So financial challenges right now. I would
Mhm.
actually like to extend in a rural area because the areas have been somehow abandoned. So reaching out there will be fine as well.
Mhm. Wow.
Wow. Again, we just want to reach out to our viewers. We just really want to appeal to you guys. Right now you may think that maybe $2 or $3 or $5 would not make an impact, but basically you could definitely see the impact of how far that amount can go. One Starbucks cup of coffee will probably cost you $5 or $6. I don't know, but that $5 or $6 can go far in Liberia in helping Miss Keisha actually meet the needs of the next generation of Liberians who are actually on the verge of just smoking themselves to death.
Mhm.
And it is sad to put it that way, but it is the reality. She's on the ground, so I am not assuming anything. All my information comes directly from people on the ground, and so we just really want to appeal to you. The number is on the screen that you can call. That number is 321. Actually, it's the send wave number. You can send payment or transmission directly to Miss Keisha. 321-881-79323. And again, Ms. Keisha, like I said, we on this platform, we will also be doing our part to make sure that we are not just asking people to donate, but we are
Yeah.
ourselves be giving you our contribution as well.
Yep.
Uh, the reason we want to do this is because we believe in a vision. I mean, our platform is all about finding that spark, finding the creativity, the energy that we all believe Liberia has. I mean, if you listen to our name, Liberia shall rise, we really believe in that dream. We believe in the vision of Liberia. We are not just saying it because it sounds good. So
Mhm.
if we identify someone like you who is doing such a marvelous work on the ground, we want to do all we can to give you our support. I'll be, Stephen, go ahead.
Yeah, so again, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And definitely, folks, like my co-host said, if you are out there, a little bit you can help with, will change somebody's life, will take a child a long way. So please help while you can. So Miss Keisha, again, on behalf of Sharif and myself, we just want to say thank you again for coming on. So as we get close to the end of this, I just wanted to ask you if you were to appeal to the government or anybody who holds power in their hand right now to be able to help any of these kids, what would it be? What would that call be from you?
Um, I would like to appeal to whoever has power as it is now to please maybe help out with a place that we can kind of like use as our as our ground to keep the kids and see how best to monitor them as we mentor them, as we
Mm-hmm.
talk to them, as we give them these skills. Having a place is very essential because we usually just go to school building and just talk to them their area. But at least if we have a
Mm-hmm.
particular center that we can help them, that would be fine. Yes, so that we can be able to understand how far our efforts are going.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can see whether we can extend in different environments in different areas.
Now, so Ms. Keisha, so before you go in, Sharif, so somebody might be watching, right? This person may say, "Oh, I don't have money to send $5. I don't have money to send $10, right? But I have equipment, I have other tools and
Yeah.
things that I can use that I can help to support this effort." Again, you just asked the big question. You need a place, right? So when somebody were to come up with
Yeah.
something and say, "Hey, I want to donate materials, I want to donate tools and other things," would that be something that you will consider also if somebody is sending a borrower and they say, "Oh, I can put in something for them to use," would that be something you'll be looking forward to in the future as
Mm-hmm.
well?
Definitely, yeah. Especially having a projector will be fine. You know, getting them to understand through a visual aid, uh, uh, it will be very fine because they will be able to understand better what we are actually saying. So a projector will be one of the material. If anyone wants to help, they can help in that direction. It will be very useful and very fun.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Yeah, thanks for letting us know. And
Mhm.
as time go by, when you find some of those materials, you can just let us know too, and then maybe we can just throw it out here. Hopefully, if somebody already have that, they might be
Okay.
able to help. So, folks, if you are listening and you have a projector that you want to help with, please don't hesitate. Find a way to send it to us, and we can help to get it to Miss Keisha. But Miss Keisha, thank you so much for coming on. We wish you all the best and stay strong. Please do not lose hope. Keep doing what you're doing, and together we believe, your help and some other folks helping will make Liberia better. So please don't lose hope. All right, keep trying, and we all will do our part to help you where we can. All right.
So, can Keisha confirm for us if that number is accurate before
Thank
she
you all
hangs
so
up?
much. It was a pleasure, or it is a pleasure being on the show, actually. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, and then Keisha, can you please confirm the number that is on the screen, the 231
And
881 793 223? Is that the same with
yes, 7 9. Yep.
that's the same way number, right?
Yes.
All right. All right. So folks, thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. So that's the number. Mr. Sherry, you got something else? You got something more to add?
No, I just want to say thank you so much, Keisha. I know it's past your bedtime, but we really appreciate you taking the time to be here. And we will be looking at that, and we will be definitely be sending you what we have. Hopefully, after the broadcast, they will send you what we have, and hopefully that goes a long way. But we want you to stay in touch with us, and let's keep the communication going. You have our information, we have yours, and let's stay in touch. You know, we would definitely like to see the progress you're making in this country. And we will also like to connect you with some people, some friends that we may have on the ground who may be able to reach out to you and just support you any way they can. So thank you
Yeah.
again for being here. And we really appreciate your time tonight.
And thank you, and have a good night, mama. Thank you.
Thank
Get
you
some
too.
rest. I know you work so hard.
Sorry
Please.
again for the yeah. Not really, but sorry again because I think I apologize for the darkness we are experiencing from my side. It's because of the lightning not too fine at this hour.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
So
no
I'm sorry
problem,
for
mama.
that.
We understand. We understand. Yeah, we
The audio
understand.
was wonderful. The audio was clear. So that was
Yeah,
great. Thank you so
yeah.
much. I
At
think you
least you
did
were.
better than our guest last year. So you got a A plus.
Yeah, yeah. So you got a better video. At least people were able to see
Okay.
you. So yeah. So, but again, thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing. Let God bless
Okay.
you. And like my colleague said, we'll be in touch with you, and see where we can all partner together. You know, we can
Yeah.
be in Liberia, and since you guys are there doing the work on the ground, any little help we can give to help you succeed, that means the whole Liberia is succeeding. So we want to thank you.
That's right.
Keep up the hope and keep doing what you're doing.
That's right.
All right. So
Thank you
you
too.
all right, man. Thank you. Have a good night then. All right, Mr. Sherry, this is how I would like to come to the end of this other broadcast. Again, thank you so much. Nice to have you in Texas. This young lady, I'm so glad she's doing great things in Liberia. I hope somebody out there that is listening can render some support and help her, in her work to make her dreams come true, because she's trying to make her dream come true by helping people,
Yeah.
seeing the passion she have about helping people. Hopefully one or two person can reach out to her and help her. So again, thank you for bringing her on the show. We appreciate you for making it happen.
Absolutely, man. So I'm gonna make my way down to studio number two, but no, I'm super excited to be
so,
here,
so,
and
so you want to come down for us to close the show?
I'd like to come down for us to close the show together. But
Okay, okay.
I was just super excited, man, to be able to see Keisha. So I'll be joining you down there shortly.
Okay. All right, folks. So why Mr. Sharif come down? Liberia is going through a whole lot of things. Liberia has so many areas that you can help in. Once you have expertise in certain area, you can help in that area. So please, if you find this help, if you find this enlightening, if it touched something in your heart, please, the send wave number is on here for Keisha. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, anything you can send to her, she will be changing somebody's life in Liberia. So please help where possible. Again, we want to thank you guys for watching the show. Mr. Sherry is coming down. He's actually in Texas, and we're doing the show live from Texas. So I'm waiting for him to come and join me right here. This guy and I, we've been doing the show for a long time, and we met on the phone you know.
Yes.
And today he's here with me. So
In the flesh.
In the flesh. Thank you, sir. So, folks, this is my co-host, all the way from Colorado. Liberia Shiraz sent the airplane for him. He actually came down. He came down in studio, you know. So we're happy to see you, brother.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Super happy to be here. But you know, again, friends, what we've been talking about, it is not only in Liberia. We know smoking is a big deal. I will just tell you a quick story. When I first came to the US, I was working at Burlington Coat Factory. And it was during winter. Everybody out there smoking.
Yeah.
And I remember this young girl, she asked me at the time, she said, Sharif, you don't smoke? So I said, no, I don't smoke. So she said, why do you not smoke? Do they not have cigarette where you came from?
No, the thing is, yeah, and not to end your story, but the thing is, you hungry,
Exactly.
you gapping, right?
Where you getting money?
You gapping, where you getting money from to get cigarette? But the sad thing is, what these kids are smoking is not cigarette anymore. You understand? So it's a lot of stuff that they're smoking. Yeah. So that's why we pray that we have some intervention.
Absolutely.
And thank you for somebody like Keshia who is stepping up, you know, to help in our kids. And you know, I wasn't peer pressure. I smoked once or twice in my life. I can say it was we wrapped a brown cement bag
and smoke it
and smoke it. But I coughed so bad, right?
You quit.
I quit. I mean, I coughed so bad. The first time I tried it, I nearly died because I was like suffocating from the smoke. Wow. Right. Then the next time I went to try, I said, all right, somebody said, hey, you can do this again. We went to try the same thing. I said, this is not something, if it will burn my chest, I don't need to do it. And that's how today I don't smoke. Man. Because I don't like the fact. And then also nothing against anybody that smoke, but I don't like the way their breath smell when they smoke. That when it comes closer to you, it kills me. It kills me. And just that thing, it makes me don't want to bother to do that too. So
so friends, you know, basically, you know, this is not one of those shows where we're going to be asking you, send your money now. But we are saying this young lady who came on the show today, Keshi Gaye, she is doing one hell of a work in Liberia. You can put it that way. Especially, she's not saying no more smoking in the country, but she saw the need of young people, young children, 6-7-year-old picking up cigarettes. And not just cigarettes, but picking up stuff and just smoking it. And she put her own creativity aside. I mean, you can look her up on Facebook. She's a very creative person, video editing. She tried to be very professional. She's not waiting for someone to support her.
And she's teaching these
kids.
She's
teaching those skills to the children that she's bringing into. I mean, we hear a lot of sad news in Liberia, but I think this is one of those news that we should support. For sure. So basically, we just want to encourage you guys. If you can just forego Chipotle for just one day. If you can just say you don't want to have Chipotle for lunch tomorrow, that's good.
Somebody said they like my shirt, but I'm going to challenge you. The shirt is nice. If you donate, I'm going to wear it another time on the show just for you to see it for the second time. So please help Keshia out.
I love it.
In that way, at least I can wear this shirt a second or third time for you on the show, at least so you can see it. So please, help and share the message. Let somebody else help. You know, send wave number. Actually, let me post the send wave number again as we wrap up the show. This is the send wave number for Miss Keshia. You just send it, say, I heard about you on Liberia Shiraz. In that way, at least they know that we are getting some message out for them. You know, so that when they come on the show, they can see there's a benefit for coming on the show. So please reach out to them. This guy is here in Texas. I don't want to keep him on Liberia Shiraz all night, so we have to go and do some things together. We want to thank you guys for coming, for watching us. Again, Mr. Sharif, I'm glad when I sent a private jet for you, you decided to come on, to come to him.
I cannot say no, bro.
But thank you for coming down in Texas.
Absolutely,
it's
bro.
Nice seeing you.
Absolutely.
But folks, thank you. You guys have an outstanding week. We will be here next week with another show. We have a CEO actually coming on. He's he owns a logistic company, a Liberian that owns a logistic company. He's going to be on here in 2 weeks on the 21st. You know, so look forward to that show. I think it's going to be a great thing. And between that time, we'll have other shows that will be good for you. So please share the message about Liberia Should Rise. Tell people about what we are trying to do on here, and in that way, we all can make this country of ours better.
Absolutely. I believe in a dream, and I'm sure,
Yeah, and that's how I got this guy hooked on it,
know.
Once we had a conversation, he was like, man, I want to be part of it. How can I be part of it? And I said, just take your microphone, turn your video on, and together we can do it. And here he is, and we're trying together. So it's not an easy role, but we'll keep trying. So you do your part, help where you can by sending Miss Keshia something small, before you do all your Black Friday shopping. At least you'll be helping her out.
And helping a lot of kids too.
Yeah. But folks, thank you. Let's not take up your time. You guys have a great evening. Thank you so much. You'll have a great evening.
Come on, somebody. Let's give God some praise today. If he's been good to you, I need you to join me right now and lift your voice and give him the glory and the honor and the praise. Weeping may endure for the night, joy comes in the morning.
Please follow him on YouTube. The song playing is Water Bright. Please follow him on YouTube and find him. His name is Water Bright. It's Counting My Blessing. You and I are where we are. Everything is fine, but somebody out there is suffering from addiction, drugs. A whole lot of things are going on in their life. There's a mother out there that don't have access to her child because that child is on drugs. So please, do your part. Count your blessing by helping somebody else. So, Miss Gertrude, we hear you. We'll bring some female.
No, we need to talk to her. Just give me her number. I'll call her tonight.
Okay.
I'll call her. She's volunteering.
She's volunteering to be our female host on the show. So we'll definitely bring you on. All right.
Yeah,
but thank you for watching, guys. Let's leave you guys to enjoy your evening. Take care, and we love all of you guys for spending your time with us. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
So in my weakness, I will shout, lift a song of rejoicing. In every circumstance, I will never be shaken. For he's been